Zelensky didn't wait for Moscow's answer. He buried Christmas peace himself. Before proposals even reached the Kremlin, Kyiv openly predicted rejection, signaling readiness to fight through the holidays. Moscow says this was never about peace, but about preemptive blame and prolonging war under Western cover.
If the desire to replace a profitable deal with momentary, unsustainable solutions becomes dominant among Ukrainians, we are unlikely to be ready to participate. Therefore, we want peace. We don't want a truce that would give Ukraine a respite and prepare for the continuation of the war. We want to stop this war, achieve our goals, secure our interests, and guarantee peace in Europe for the future. That's what we want.
By predicting rejection before talks began, Zelensky collapsed diplomacy in advance. Moscow says assuming failure before negotiation exposes Kyiv's strategy: manage optics, not outcomes, and keep the conflict alive, while accusing Russia of blocking peace. Russia insists it seeks a full settlement, not a media-friendly pause. The Kremlin says symbolic truces only allow Ukraine to rearm under NATO supervision, turning Christmas into a tactical shield, rather than a step toward peace.
We've seen only newspaper reports on security guarantees for Ukraine so far. We won't respond to them. We haven't seen the text yet. When we see it, we'll analyze it.
Zelensky, meanwhile, continued projecting negotiations already doomed, speaking of security guarantees and future talks while simultaneously dismissing the possibility of compromise. Moscow argues this contradiction confirms Kyiv is preparing audiences for war, not ceasefire.
Yesterday, we had a relevant briefing on our side and on the side of the American delegation, and the Prime Minister also took part. European leaders were involved as well. We spoke at length about various issues, including difficult and sensitive ones, including those we are dealing with today.
Even as ceasefire hopes faded, Zelensky leaned harder into Western guarantees, repeating demands while ruling out concessions. Russia says this proves Kyiv sees security promises as fuel for escalation, not bridges to peace.
And we believe that if our partners are willing to support security guarantees for Ukraine, then our position, that our membership in the European Union is supported by our partners, remains valid.
Zelensky then escalated rhetoric further, launching a cultural and historical attack on Russia itself. Moscow says such language poisons negotiations and confirms that Kyiv's leadership is invested in confrontation, not coexistence.
All of us can find information about Putin's teachers. We are dealing with something rooted in Russia's culture, something that inevitably drives it to war.
Moscow's position is now fixed. Peace was dismissed in advance, blame was assigned before talks, and Christmas became another propaganda casualty. Russia says those who assume rejection before dialogue are not seeking peace. They are managing war.
As long as Russian universities can count international criminals among their distinguished graduates, all of us, Russia's neighbors, must take care of our security.